Tuesday. I forgot to like finish filming yesterday, but I basically just taught. I already started my day. As you saw some of the clips, I ran a couple of errands in the morning, but now I have been writing more of these little descriptions in the experience section of diecast. And so the main thing that's holding me up with these last few is just that like I don't know where to put them, like where they fit in. So I'm gonna show you. So this is me editing, but I figured it's easier for me to show you a screen recording than what I was doing when I had filmed this. But basically this is what I was doing at the time. You have your honors section, sports, extracurricular, work, volunteer, academic experience, professional memberships, all of that you, even if you put it on your resume, it's definitely important to elaborate on here. This is an example of what it looks like in volunteer experience and also what it looks like in work experience too. In the key responsibilities is where I put the like kind of blurbs of what those experiences were like. And yeah, just when I was filming this, I was getting most of those done, but I wasn't sure what categories to put certain experiences into, so that was my dilemma at the time. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know how much it actually matters where you put each specific experience, because they can kind of see it all laid out there in the formatted application. But yeah, that is what I was going through at the time and kind of what it looks like. This is an example of my dance extracurricular experience. You could have about 1,500 characters, and that one was long. It was about 1,000 characters. I went really in depth in most of mine, which I will explain why in this next clip. It's important to try to add as much as you can in this section, even if you have it already listed on your resume, because there's the little description area. You can really go into a bit of detail of what you learned and do at your jobs or experiences that you have. So it's important to put all of these stuff in. But what's confusing is like where to put them. At the end of the day, I'm sure it doesn't matter all that much. Like if you put a club that you joined in extracurricular versus volunteer or like something like that, I'm sure that, because they're gonna see it all anyways laid out, so I don't think it necessarily matters. But me wanting to like make everything perfect, I don't know where to put it, so like, so I'm confused about that. That's what's like holding me up, just because like I said, I'm trying to be like so perfect about all of this, but at the end of the day, it probably actually doesn't matter where you put it, as long as you elaborate on it a little. So yeah, that's what I've been trying to figure out right now. That, my personal statements, and also making sure that I like pay the application fees, ones that are like directly to the school, not the one through diecast. So I have to sort that out. What's holding me up on doing that is that there's likely one school that I'm still debating. I think I kind of mentioned it yesterday. I feel like their website doesn't have as much information as I was hoping to find from it, and one thing that really drew me to it was you get a master's with it. So I was considering it just because it's going to be 2024 soon. If you have the master's, part of me is just like, I don't have to worry about if I don't pass the exam the first time. And I could elaborate more on what that means if you don't know what I'm talking about at all. But if you're a dietetic student, you likely know what I'm talking about. But if you don't, I can elaborate. So that was one of the reasons why, and now I'm going to make sure that that's a program that I would be happy with, because like I said, I think yesterday, it's not like you have like a reach and a safety school and have options. Once you start getting acceptance letters, you have to want to go to the places that you're applying to. If that's one that I got accepted to, would I be happy about that, or would I be like, ugh, I really wish that it was one of these instead of the other ones I would be really happy with? So that's what's delaying me from filling out those other forms. My goal today, really try to see if I could get more information about that one program so that I could check it off or cross it off if I choose to. Gotta figure that out, but I'm gonna finish my coffee, do some more of this for now. That's the update for now. So it's been like many hours, sort of. And yeah, I figured out where I'm putting certain things of the extracurricular stuff in to diecast. So I'm almost done with that, honestly. I just have some editing of the descriptions to do. A friend of mine is reading over the personal statement for the MS program today, she said. So that's like kind of the only person I was waiting on at this point of who I wanted looking at it. So once she does and says anything, then I'll probably maybe even submit that. Yeah, I might submit master's application soon. I mean, it's due next Monday and it's Tuesday, so I have to do it soon. I'm getting really like excited and nervous and so many mixed emotions. Part of me on certain days, I think I could get into my top choice, and part of me on other days, I'm really questioning if I'm gonna get in at all to any of my choices. At the end of the day, if that happens, it's not like the end of the world. It totally sucks thinking about it. At the same time, I'm kind of putting in a lot of effort into these applications, and if I don't get in, then it's likely that I chose the wrong programs or that I didn't rank them appropriately, or those specific programs, if I still would want to be getting into them. Like if I apply again, then I would just have to do whatever work experience can help me to get in the next time I apply, and that's really how you have to kind of think about it at the end of the day. Hope for the best and obviously work as hard as you can. Get everything sorted so that you can feel pretty confident when it comes time to be applying. But at the end of the day, sometimes it's just like in dance when you're going to auditions. I think a lot of the time I'm just like, well, if it's a yes, it's a yes. If it's a no, it's a no. From doing any arts where you have to audition for things, or even like sports teams, whatever you have to like audition for, you get so many no's constantly, and it's a whole nother story when it does actually break your stride. But it makes you develop a really thick skin, and it also makes you realize this can equate to both dance and dietetics. Sometimes you're just not necessarily the right fit for the certain thing that you're auditioning for or applying for, and it's not even because you're not smart enough or equipped enough or talented enough. In dance, sometimes the aesthetic is different, or I don't know, tons of different reasons. The aesthetic that can apply to your actual look, it can apply to the style that you bring to your dancing. That goes the same for applying for dietetics. The way that the matching system is supposed to work is they're giving you as the applicant the best opportunity to get where you want to go, rather than the other way around. It is supposed to be for the benefit of the applicant. If you just picked things that you might not have been the best fit for, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're not equipped to be a dietitian. Maybe you applied to the wrong ones that you didn't find and see that you would have loved and enjoyed if you applied that first time to them. So it's kind of like you have to not take it so personally, and I feel like a lot of the time, at least with people that would come to talk to us at my school, like sometimes they really like scare you a lot into thinking that like if you don't get matched your first time, you should reconsider your career path, which I feel like for me, especially coming from the world of dance and thinking like if people told me when I told no that that's when I have to quit, like I wouldn't have tried for as long as I have. It doesn't make sense. It really would scare me back then, thinking like, okay, if you don't get matched your first time, that means that you aren't smart enough and that your degree that you just finished is not adequate enough. Like that doesn't make sense to me. And it made me really scared for a while. And I started hearing from people, and a lot of them were not getting matched the first time, sometimes getting matched that second matching day within the first April 5th matching. It's like the April 6th. Some people got matched that day, some people had to reapply, and then also some people didn't pass their RD exam right away. And that's not to say that to make it more scary. Like, yes, that there is, we know that there is a possibility that that's going to happen, but my point in bringing it up is that these people have careers that I would aspire to have one day, and they did that while they didn't get in their first time around, or they didn't pass the exam, and it didn't stop them, and they still have a good career. And it's not like they're any less competent than someone else who got matched their first time. They have the same knowledge set. They are equipped enough to be a dietitian regardless of if they got matched the first or second time. So that's kind of what you have to think about when you're getting ready to apply, I guess. I kind of went on a real ramble there. I don't even know what I was talking about, but hopefully that was, yeah. Okay, so started looking into the school I'm questioning, and I'm still questioning it. I think I might just get rid of it, but like I'm just kind of nervous about doing that. But I also still have 5 other choices, so like that's plenty, and that's like the goal that I originally wanted and think is reasonable. I haven't heard back from the person who's supposed to read my statement, and other than that, I'm just figuring this stuff out. And yeah, it is snowing here, and it's making me want to just be lazy, but I have things to do and things to prepare for my future as a dietitian. So yeah, just wanted to check in. I needed to figure out some of this stuff, so like now I still need to make some drafts on certain things, but I have a more clear picture going on. Yeah, computer work today, which is a typical day for someone applying to their dietetic internship. But I also want to do some movement of some sort. But it's already like 5, so it gets you really like, I don't know, tired doing all of these things to get into school, but